Hello everyone and welcome back to my freak show. Please do not watch this video if you haven't watched the first 4 episodes of AHS Season 10 because spoilers. The number one theory right now among AHS fans is that Harry is the son of Alma Walker. Also too that Harry is the son of Thomas Walker. And I also saw the theory that the Chemist is the daughter of Alma Walker. Now, I love these ideas so much, so let's dive into this fan favorite theory. Now, please know that this video is only a speculation and made for entertainment purposes. And if you like these theory videos, guys, please like and subscribe. This video is dedicated to my longtime viewer, Lock21. Thanks for being a badass viewer, Lock. All your badass comments and keeping me on my toes. Thank you. For those of you who need a stroll down memory lane, Kit Walker was the main character of AHS Season 2, Asylum. He was married to Alma. Yes, that's the name of Harry's daughter in double feature and where this theory originates from, who was abducted by aliens and later returned back to Earth. During the time that Alma was away, Kit met and fell in love with Grace. Both women became pregnant and gave birth in the same year. Alma gave birth to Julia, and Grace gave birth to Thomas in 1965. I can confirm Season 10 takes place in 2022. Season 10 occurs 1 year after the Trujillo murders, which occurred in December 2020. This places our main storyline January of 2022, making both Thomas and Julia 57 years old. So we can definitively say that so far, none of the main characters are Kit's children, seeing as they are all, so far too young. So let's look into the theory that Harry or the Chemist is a descendant of Thomas or Julia. We do know that Thomas became a law professor and Julia became a successful neurosurgeon at Johns Hopkins. So Kit did disappear, sadly. He contracted cancer and one day he just disappeared. Though we do know what happened to his children, it is kind of weird that in episode 3, Harry mentions that his father was a lawyer who never paid attention to him. So we can rightfully speculate Harry could be Thomas's son. Let's take a wild guess and assume Harry and Doris are around about 30 years old. The ages that would separate Harry from Thomas are 27 years. So that would obviously seem right that Thomas became a father at 27 years old. And almost every single law professor is an active lawyer. So don't give me shit in the comment sections, guys. Law professors can teach and practice in any state in the United States. Even his last name, Gardner, it to me fits the profile. Think about it. Your dad was wrongfully imprisoned for being Bloodyface, one of the most infamous serial killers in AHS universe, and then he suddenly disappears. This is going to be gold to internet sleuths. So I think it's highly possible Thomas found a lot of unwanted or maybe wanted attention by internet sleuths, and his son Harry changed his last name in order to avoid being associated with Bloodyface and all the controversy surrounding the case. He can't be using an alias, otherwise Doris would call him by his real name and they would be using their real last name for business purposes. At this time though, in my opinion, there is enough circumstantial evidence to link Harry to Thomas and Kit. But what about the theory of Harry being Alma's son or grandson? That would absolutely explain his daughter being named Alma. Okay guys, now remember, Alma gave birth to Julia, not Thomas. If Harry was related to Alma, he'd have to be her grandson only because she gave birth to a daughter before she died. Grace is the only one who gave birth to a boy. So it's absolutely impossible for Harry to be Alma's son. If Harry is related to Alma, then he is Julia's son, Alma's grandson. But I don't see this being the case. I think Alma in double feature has nothing to do with Alma from Asylum. Now this brings us to the Chemist. Could she be Alma's daughter, Julia? At this point, y'all, anything is possible with this theory. We only know her as the Chemist, And without much backstory, we have to keep, assuming. So the answer to could she be Alma's daughter is no. But again, perhaps the chemist got her talent from her mom, Julia, who was a neurosurgeon. Perhaps the chemist worked for the government with an extra goal of finding out what happened to her grandfather, Kit. Who knows at this point? But the situation is the same as Harry. Alma gave birth to a girl, making the chemist more likely to be her granddaughter. This theory can work out if Harry is Thomas's son and the chemist is Julia's daughter. I doubt these two wacky cousins kept in touch, and I also doubt that Julia and Thomas, if they talk, would have realized that their kids were living in the same town. Besides, if Harry is Thomas's son, I don't think he cared enough about his son to even make the connection. Something makes me think, that if this theory is true, Thomas cared only about money and fame, where Julia only cared about helping people. Their differences kept them apart, and so they decided they were siblings that did not talk to each other. It would certainly explain why Harry is so adamant to become a famous writer. He would finally upstage his famous lawyer father, who embraced the bloody-faced stigma placed on the Walker family and is constantly in the spotlight. Now, let me take it one step further and say that the chemist knows that Harry is her cousin and living in P-Town. Just remember, guys, the owner of the house Harry and Doris are renting saw Doris's work on Insta and reached out to her to redecorate the house. Doris doesn't really have talent when it comes decorating. And at first, when they moved in, it only started with Doris redecorating a few rooms. But in episode 2, when Alma took the pill, Doris can be seen and heard on the phone talking to someone. Doris expresses grave concern because now the owners want Doris to decorate the entire house. I found this tiny detail odd, as we haven't really met the owners or even the residents of the town. And Doris doesn't really have talent. What would make them change their mind to have her redo the entire house? I speculate the person who owns the house is the chemist. She purposefully reached out to Doris to bring the Gardner family to P-Town. I think the chemist maybe needs her cousin and his little family for some nefarious reason and brought them to P-Town to carry out her plans. Yes, guys, I deeply understand that this theory does negate my personal theory that Doris is an alien. But please remember, the theory that Kit Walker's grandchildren are in this season is not my personal theory. It is a theory that already existed, and I am simply speculating if it could be true. So this video does not exist in my theory video universe. I guess if that even made sense. You guys know what I mean. Now, it would be absolutely badass if the chemist is Julia's daughter and Harry is Thomas's son, and the chemist is playing out some sort of revenge plot against her Uncle Thomas by turning his son into some kind of fame whore addict. That's a twist I definitely flip backwards for. So the evidence may be circumstantial, but the theory that Harry is Thomas's son and the chemist is Julia's daughter is there. We have to watch the rest of the episode to find out if this theory is true. However, no matter which way you slice it, you can't deny Alma is probably an alien. And I do hope that we get a beautiful twist with this one. Because she's an alien and she takes the pill and she has alien in her blood, it becomes, her need to become famous festers differently, turning Alma into a psychopath. But, I don't think she can turn into something she already is. So, and it would have done the same thing because by the thought of this theory video, Harry is an alien as well, at least somewhat, due to his grandfather, Kit Walker, being affected by the aliens. So thank you all so much for your questions and compliments regarding the theory videos that I dropped last week. I sincerely enjoyed reading your theories, and I copied my favorite ones and made a fan video about them. So come back to see if your theory made it into my AHS double feature best fan theory video. That video will be posted on Wednesday before episode 5 premieres. So please let me know what you think of this theory in the comments, as well as your own thoughts. And please support me by clicking the like. Guys, YouTube hates me. I hate to say it, but they do. But they'll love me even more if y'all like my stuff, so help a Mother Supreme out. Now don't forget, weekly Wednesday live streams are every single Wednesday, and my reviews for AHS will be posted as soon as I complete them, so hit subscribe and the bell notification if you'd like. Thank you all so much for watching, and as usual, beware of our girl sexy Scathach.
Beware of sexy Scathach.